What did I say?
During the meanwhilest.
During the meanwhilest. No, I don't like that at all.
Well, hello. Good evening, good morning, good whatever. It's Dexter and me back with yet another little midweek interruption for you. After making my favourite albums and my favourite live music experience videos, I figured I'd continue with this kind of like getting to know me, if you like, little series of videos by looking at my favourite movies. Now, I'm not a movie, cinema, film buff. I don't go to the cinema very often. I don't watch that many films. But as a photographer, when I do watch movies, I'm always looking at them with sort of an interested, keen, learning eye, if you like. Sort of what can I take from what the cinematography is in this picture and apply it to my own photography. And sometimes I just enjoy the film for what it is. I've only got a few favourites because I'm not a massive, as I said, film watcher or cinema goer. But the films I do like, I like for those reasons. Either the photography has grabbed me or the film has just grabbed me as, a good watch. First one on my list is a comedy. It's the film adaptation of Neil Simon's The Odd Couple with Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon. Just an absolutely hilarious look into the lives of divorced men and their group of friends and how they kind of like meander through life, life's ups and downs. Just an absolute hoot of a film to watch, and one that I'll watch in common with all of these films, one that I can watch again and again and again. As is the second film on my list, which I think has the greatest line from a movie ever recorded.
At my signal, unleash hell.
Of course, it's Gladiator, directed by Ridley Scott, who also did Blade Runner and Alien, I think. But Gladiator is just an all-out action epic with everything you could want from a film in it, and it's right up there with my top sort of couple of films of all time. Third on the list is a kind of coming of age American bubblegum type movie, and it's American Graffiti. A wonderfully shot film, but one with probably the greatest film soundtrack ever recorded.
Where the jock is smoothest and the music is the coolest at the hop. All the guys and chicks can get their kicks at the hop.
In my opinion, the rock and roll music in that, coupled with the imagery from 60s America, the sort of the early Vietnam War days, growing up, graduating from high school, brilliant, absolutely brilliant film. As is The Deer Hunter, another one, but this time set more directly in and around the Vietnam War. If you want to watch this film, set aside a good day to do it. It's it's about 3 hours long, but it's a tough watch. There's a lot to take on board with this film. Superb acting, brilliantly directed, fantastically shot, portrayal of sort of steel town American life during the Vietnam War years. For sheer pure escapism, I enjoy the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Now, first time I saw this film, I thought, what the hell is this? And as I think it was about 10 years of age when it came out, I think I thought that the lead character was played by Freddie Mercury. When I saw a trailer for the film, just a fleeting glimpse of Frankenfurter. But no, this film is it's pure fantasy, pure escapism. Again, a wonderful, wonderful soundtrack to accompany it. And a film I think that will live on forever. It's quite timeless. Close Encounters of the Third Kind is my next favourite film. Late 70s, there were a lot of blockbusters coming out, weren't there? Spielberg brought out his Close Encounters of the Third Kind. There was the Star Wars movies were starting to come out. You had Jaws, you had all these massive, massive movies hitting the screens, and I remember my dad taking me to see Close Encounters of the Third Kind I think in the Albert Hall cinema in Swansea. No longer there now. Lovely old cinema, and it was back in the days when you went in sometimes halfway through the film, so you saw the end, and then you were told what time you had to leave partway through the second showing. Strange days. I don't think you'd ever do that now. We saw the whole film, luckily, from start to finish, and it was an absolute joy to watch. I've always been fascinated by space travel, outer space, aliens, things like that, and loved the enormity of this film, the vastness of the sort of the sound stages. The special effects just blew my mind. Fantastic film. A couple of horror films next. First up is Eraserhead, directed by David Lynch, who did I think Twin Peaks and The Elephant Man. Eraserhead, though, just a strange film, but compellingly strange. It's quite a disturbing film to watch, and I've put a little bit of it in today's intro. It's a strange one, but strangely compelling as well. The next film, though, is The Exorcist, and I was too frightened to actually download and put a picture up for this film. It opened strangely, bizarrely, on Christmas Day or Boxing Day 1973, I think. So slap bang in the middle of a religious festival. And if you believe the rumours, the film was dogged with production difficulties, disasters, deaths, strange happenings. And there was a rumour going around that when it premiered in Rome, cinema goers had to shelter from one of the worst storms in a generation, and then the cinema or a building near it was struck by lightning. If you believe all these things, I think a lot of them might have been concocted to create a kind of myth around The Exorcist, but some of them are certainly true, where cast members sadly passed away, or family members suffered illness or injury, things like that. Definitely a very, very strange film. The most frightening part for me, though, is the sort of subliminal image of the demon that comes on to the screen a couple of times during like dream sequences. It's only on for like about a quarter of a second, but whoa, it is terrifying, absolutely terrifying. Check it out if you're brave enough. Last film on my list, I told you it wasn't a very long list, is Dad's Army, the movie. Now, I absolutely love Dad's Army to death. Back in 2014, 2015, I spent the best part of 9 or 10 months in hospital, on and off, more on than off. And every Saturday night, I tuned in to BBC Two on the hospital's Wi-Fi. I had my laptop with me, as they were rerunning the entire series of Dad's Army, and I think, to be honest, it's on a continuous loop, and with good reason. It's superb. It's absolutely superb. It's hilarious, and the film although maybe not as good as the series itself. Has its merit. No, not the new one. I don't like. I've seen the new. It's a new couple of years now, but I've seen the remake of the film, and it's no good. The original, though, stands the test of time. You can watch it now. It's absolutely timeless. There we are. Those are my favourite films. As I said, not a very long and certainly not a very inspiring list of movies. But I'd be keen to know what your favourite films are and why. As perhaps, like me, as a photographer, you like looking at the cinematography and the way the film has been sort of composed and shot, or maybe you just like the film for itself. But let me know in the comments below what your favourite films are. I'd be keen to know. Right, back on Saturday and back on track with another normal video, and then next Tuesday I'm gonna tell you all about my top 10 desert island discs. There we are. That'll be exciting, won't it? Anyway, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little insight into the inner workings of my mind. And Dexter and I will see you again on the weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.
How'd you do, I see you've met my faithful hand in hand. He's just a little brought down because when you knocked, he thought you were the candy man.